We're gathered here today, and I want to share a little bit just about myself, my background. I've spent over a decade in banking. I'll share my age a little bit later. I spent over a decade in banking, and I actually encountered the global financial crisis firsthand, hit right in the face, and then I came out of it, reinvented myself. For the next 10 years after the global crisis, I was an entrepreneur, right? So so environments like these, very stressful and all that, I'm not new to burnout. And hence I went down the rabbit hole to discover the magic behind rejuvenation and aging. And I also had a story which some of you may have heard, but I want to share it again. How an experience like that actually deepened my curiosity in age reset, or generally called graceful aging. So because of me spending 10 years in the entrepreneurial world, I felt I wanted to take a bucket list. So I started with something I was most interested in, martial arts. But I started something that is not for a beginner in martial artists, in the martial arts world. I started Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. For context, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is a subset of Judo, where you get thrown and then the fighting continues on the ground. And in a scenario where I actually fought a much older person, I got a bit cocky because I was much younger, at least a decade and a half. So I had some certain preconceived notions about older people. I was thinking, this uncle, I think I want to give him a chance. I'll go easy, don't worry, I'll go easy. So the moment we stepped this, which is like a ritual for us to start the combat, I didn't even know what happened. He closed in on me so fast, I was in the air, flipped 180 degrees. I saw my life flash before my eyes. Boom! I was already on the floor. As if it's not enough, he closed in on me and helped me in a tight submission hold in full view of hundreds of spectators. It was so embarrassing. Fear, embarrassment, nervousness, anxiety, everything hit me at the same time. But it was very transformational because I was thinking, how can an older person like that overpower a much younger man, someone who's younger by a decade and a half? So, long story short, that sent me down the rabbit hole to do research, to interview people who are aging well, and even to get certified as both a wellness coach and personal trainer. So today I'm here to share with you some of the secrets of my program. The program is titled Age Reset, and this is a segment of Age Reset. The first hack I want to share with you guys, I'll try to make it as fun and enjoyable together so that you can learn, laugh, and hopefully age hack together. So the first thing is aging inevitable and is decline optional? My belief, after all my research, is that aging is still inevitable, but the speed of decline is optional. So with that, we move to something what we call the biological rebellion. Has anybody heard of what is homeostasis? Anybody heard of homeostasis? Autophagy? Autophagy, yes, okay. So homeostasis is actually a way of introducing micro stresses to your body to promote cell regrowth and re-energization. And what we know best is autophagy is one of the result of it. So for example, you put yourself in uncomfortable, you put your body in uncomfortable situations. For example, a cold shower, right? It's not intuitive because cold shower is not comfortable. It induces discomfort. But at the same time, it gives you added production of dopamine, which is your brain's hormone, neurochemical for motivation and drive, right? It also lowers inflammation. But it's just that it is uncomfortable, so it's a micro stressor. And that's why it's a rebellion. You don't listen to whatever your body tells you to because you should know better. You should have the mindfulness to know what's best for your body rather than keep reacting to what it's telling you. So the next example is what we call under autophagy as well, intermittent fasting. Okay, so you limit production, you limit consumption of food for a certain period, and that will induce autophagy, and that also limits insulin levels and lead to ketosis as a result. I'm sure you all heard of what is keto diet, right? So it's about converting your body's original fuel source, which is glucose, into burning fat. So the way to do this is to deprive your body of this primary fuel source, which is glucose. So you skip carbohydrates throughout. And that's why I shared with some of you at dinner why I don't take carbs at this hour. Yeah, so more on that later. So the body is actually designed to renew. Your skin renews every 27 days. Your gut lining every 3 to 5 days. Your muscle actually continuously remodels itself. But then why do we age yearly? You may think. Why? Is there any, does anyone have any clue? Why do we still age every year?
Cells are dying.
Okay, that's a fair one. Anyone else? Actually, the speed of aging is a lot to do with how we communicate these signals to our bodily system. Okay, so a way to do it is what was mentioned earlier, to introduce micro stresses. Because when your body is too comfortable, the moment you feel hungry, a little bit of hunger signals, you straight away make a beeline to your snack station or your fridge, and that is bad because introduction of carbo glucose will induce oxidation and inflammatory stress. So when you periodically do autophagy, which is intermittent fasting is one of the methods to induce autophagy, what happens is that there's cellular debris removal. So your body is given a chance to purge out all the bad cells, recycles them, it breaks down the cells and recycle them. Its only condition for you is to give it a chance to do it. Give it a chance to do the purging. If you continue to take in food non-stop, it will never happen. You think of it as an analogy. Your body is like a shopping mall. The shoppers in the mall are your food, the food that you take in. If you do not shut the mall, open it 24 hours, the visitors keep coming in, going out, coming in, going out. You will never have a chance for the auntie to come out to sweep away the debris and the so-called the remnants of the waste products, right? And then also, that process also increases your energy efficiency and it boosts vitality. Okay, and reduction of inflammation, this is a big one because this benefit actually reduces toxicity in your body. When inflammation is reduced, right, the chances of you getting fatty liver and all the oxidative and metabolic diseases greatly reduces. So you have a lower chance of getting high cholesterol, fatty liver, and at the same time, joints between your bodies also experience much less inflammation. So you won't have that after 35, 40, you squat down, you get up, it's as if you fought Second World War already. You know, that kind of thing. So that is the benefit of reduced inflammation. It's a very big topic, and for the constraints we have today, this is the best I could crystallize. And if you have any questions, come to me after the message. Okay, now we just have a short activity. Maybe you can just take out a piece of paper and write down what are the things that you've been feeling an intuition to do, but it's not necessarily the best for your body any time of the day, or any kind of discomfort that you have introduced your body in order to make it make the system more beneficial for your health. You take maybe 1 to 2 minutes to write this down. Okay, can we have a raise of hands to see who wants to share what they've listed? Sorry, I didn't get your name.
Nor. N-U-R.
Nora.
Nor.
Nora. Nora. Oh, and you are Nora. Thank you, Nora.
So I listed two things. One is I always get coffee after every meal because I don't want to feel sleepy.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
The second thing I listed is after work I get so mentally drained that I lie in bed and doom scroll for hours.
Very good one.
Sleeping instead of going out to work out. Yeah.
Very good one. Those two are very good ones. Anybody else? Sorry, I didn't hear your name.
Sorry, I'm Nicole.
Nicole, hi.
So I am proclaimed a tea addict.
Tea addict.
Yes.
Oh, also like caffeine.
I will try to go on a detox to reduce my tea intake, but then it will cause migraine. Then I'll tell myself, in order to feel better, I'll just grab my tea.
Double the dosage. Double the dosage.
Yeah, it
Oh.
can happen. And the thing is, my mind always, after I take the tea, my migraine is gone.
Wow.
So till now, I cannot
You cannot stop.
take away my addiction.
Okay, okay. So,
Yeah.
so actually the, sorry, your name again?
Nicole.
Nicole, right? Nicole and Nora. First for Nora, there is actually a very good example of which I'll touch on later, which is doom scrolling. Because you know you have unconsciously formed an addiction to doom scrolling, right? Because I was once addicted to, that's why I know. And caffeine is also a form of addiction. But you see, what your body tells you is not necessarily the best for it. You have to think. Your body will always default to the easiest and most comfortable method of fulfilling its needs, right? So we move on to the next one, which is chrono alignment. Okay, so you reset your circadian rhythm. So this is about, have you all heard of biological clock? Biological clock, right? But it's not the type that your auntie asks you 35 years old, haven't married, that one. Not that one, you know. Your circadian rhythm. It's your inner timing system that dictates when you store fat, when you are focused and sharp, when you lose fat. There's a rhythm in your body. And a lot of times we break the rhythm. How do we break it? So it's where Nor mentioned one of the activities that we entirely break the rhythm. In fact, most city dwellers have a very unhealthy lifestyle, which is drinking. Now, including AI, you talk a lot to your ChatGPT more than your partner, right? Or your children, right? Becomes your best buddy, ChatGPT. And doom scrolling. So it's not wrong to scroll, but also check out the timing. Because when you scroll at a time, personal example is best. I'll give you a personal example, my own experience. I like to scroll at a point of time. I like to scroll and I was on screen way till the wee hours of morning, 2, 3 a.m. I was still on screen. My wife will wake up intermittently and scold me. Hey, how come you're still not asleep? It's very unhealthy, you know. I said, come on, I'm like an owl. I'm most productive at this point of the day. Don't disturb me. I'm like a Lao Ying, you know. I'm like a Mao Tou Ying, you know. I'm like a Mao Tou Ying. So don't disturb my rhythm. I'm in the zone. You say Mao Tou Ying. You always wake up like a Xiong Mao. Like Mao Tou Ying. So the whole idea is that I'm actually addicted to blue light. I'm addicted to blue light. You know it can be a form of addiction without you even knowing it. You think it's harmful, but the moment you wake up, you go to the washroom in the middle of the night. Do you have this urge to go and check your phone? How many do? Only one, really? 2, 3. Okay. Still, I think that there's a high percentage of addiction, although it may not be in this form. But scrolling, like at least half an hour before you sleep, you're still on the phone. How many? Oh, see, the majority, right? So this is form of breaking the circadian rhythm, right? And also like eating at the wrong timing. 2 hours, in fact, before your sleep time, you should keep your stomach free from any duties and responsibilities because it also wants to sleep. It needs rest too. You cannot keep it like that open maw I just mentioned. Your body actually wants to perform, you know. Your body really wants to perform and do the best for you. It's just that you have to give it a chance. You don't treat it like a nightclub that never close. You know, you have to let it, even the best nightclubs have to close. I don't know how many hours, right? So give your body the natural breaks it needs. And it's as simple as that. So why do we actually do that simple activity? It's actually not to do something mega huge at the beginning, but start with small little activities, understanding the micro stresses. From there, you go to bigger things. Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, eating too late, artificial light, sleep variability. Even on weekends, try to wake up at a specific time. And within 15 minutes, 30 minutes, try to get some sunlight. That will actually set your rhythm, reset your rhythm back to its healthy levels. Because you think it's weekend, you binge watch Netflix Friday night, you wake up at 3 p.m. on Saturday, it totally upsets your circadian rhythm. So this thing is actually huge because I've got friends who are bodybuilders and they're very, very sensitive to fat storage. And how come my tummy got so much fats? My six pack is going off. It's like becoming blurry. Even they had extreme diets, train intensely, they still experience this because the circadian rhythm is off. It kind of like the way he lives his life, this particular friend, the bodybuilder, is telling the circadian rhythm to store fat. Because in primitive times, he's in like, okay, for caveman, right? When the body experiences stress, it's just fight or flight. And in winter, they also have a hibernation system where they store more fat. And because this bodybuilder goes to sleep at the wrong time, eat at the wrong time, although it's the same quality food that anyone would have eaten, because the timing is wrong, it upsets the whole system. And the result is not as expected, right? Dismal results. So, like I said earlier, wake up at the proper time, get sunlight within 30 minutes of waking up. For your meals, try to do IF if you can. So, I'm not sure how familiar you are with intermittent fasting. You can do a 16-8, 12-12. You know, as long as you give your body a minimum of 12 hours of break before you consume again. So that, as explained earlier, you have time for the auntie to come out of your system to sweep away the broken cells, and also for the broken cells to be further refurbished, right? Night tech is a big thing. Night tech, I think majority of us are guilty of that. Doom scrolling at night. Somehow, blue light is so attractive to us. And one very detrimental aspect of blue light is that it destroys the production of melatonin, which is the hormone for inducing sleep. And the reason is because your brain thinks it's actually the daytime. Your brain still thinks it's the day because you're introducing light into your system. And blue light is worse than fluorescent. So be very careful of that. So think of one situation where you feel that your circadian rhythm is totally out of sync. You feel that you should be doing something about it. Yeah. Maybe you just take 2 minutes. Wow, time flies. How long have I taken? Oh, sorry, I thought you were the timer.
5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes for?
Yeah, too engrossed.
I mean, it's been 30 minutes already. It's been 20 over minutes already.
Yeah, 25 minutes.
Wow. Okay. In that case, we'll shorten the activity time.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that. So engrossed with you guys. I lost track of time. My apologies. So for the next hack is what we call the identity override. The society has a script for you. And it determines how you age. So anybody here above the age of 35? Eugene, you not. Oh, Zach is not. So above 40? Anybody above 40? Okay, quite a number. So do you know that the society has a narrative for you? You're above 40. It tells you you're slowing down. The best is over. Right? Face reality. I say nonsense, bullshit. Slap them. Yeah. No, don't slap anyone. Slap the notion. Do you believe that your best years can start after 40 or even 50? Your best decade in life? First of all, you start with challenging your language audit. What kind of language are you talking to yourself? I'm old. I cannot do this. I cannot do that. So if you have this kind of language, you don't reframe it, right? The best program will never help you. So first to start talking positively. First is to start talking positively to yourself. I'll go a little bit faster because of time constraint. Challenge selection. Do something that stretch yourself. I don't mean physically, mentally. Do something that stretch your capabilities. For me, I took part in a international Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competition. I took part in an international Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competition at the age of 43. I competed at first in the Masters division and then in the Adults division. Masters for older people, Adults for below 30. I fought in the below 30 division. My friend said, "You have a death wish, is it? You want to die, is it?" Okay, I didn't die, obviously. Not only that, I came out medal once in the Adults division. I say this not to brag. I'm just telling life, and all of you can do it. Tell life that I'm not done. I don't want to die yet, mentally, physically, spiritually. Environment upgrade. Actually, okay, my style, I'm going to show her. It's social environment upgrade. Choose who you mix with. Mix with people who live with a purpose, like all of you, right? Yun Tai, Eugene, and Nico, right? Nur. Very good people with a purpose, as you can see, right? Because the average of 5 people that you mix with or allow to influence, you will be the average of them. I repeat, you will be the average of the 5 people that you allow to influence you. So choose your gang, choose your tribe, right? And yeah, that's me with the medal to prove it. So reframe, refuel, reinforce, and we can redesign by decision. So what we learned today is biological renewal is available, rhythm and routine are tools, and identity can evolve by choice. So you're not getting old, you're evolving. Make sure your story evolves with you. You have a choice to make, and that choice is yours to live better in your after 40. It could be your best years you ever experienced. Make that choice and die another day. Thank you.